Today is a Saturday and I'm actually using today to go visit customers. We're gonna go to Binh Duong and visit 2 customers and actually help them fly drone and make aerial videos of their factory, and they have like huge factories. So I thought maybe let's take this opportunity and take the VF9 to their factory, and we can actually use this opportunity to do a range test. How far would the VF9 go on a full charge? I'm right now at the VinFast charging station. The VF9 is fully charged to 100% and we're gonna get on the way. Let's get going.
Hey Tom, it's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. First I want to say congratulations on your YouTube channel. Everybody needs to follow your YouTube channel. So what everyone needs to do is subscribe to Tom Peng. Great guy, great person. Tom, keep up the great work.
We're gonna find out the range of the VF9 on a full charge today because we're traveling to Binh Duong to a couple factories. But I just want to give you full disclosure, what is happening with the VF9 so that, the numbers that we determined today actually make some sense. So let me show you what's happening. The rear suspension of my VF9 actually collapsed. As you can see, there's actually not a whole lot of distance here. And if you look at the front, there's actually a lot of distance. So the suspension in the rear has collapsed, and it actually makes the rear passenger, especially the third row, when they sit in the car, it's extra bumpy, all right? It's extra bumpy in the car. And sometimes they're hitting the roof, right? I don't know if that'll impact the range, but I just want to put that in there. It may have some impact to the actual range. So let me show you what a normal suspension on a VF9 would look like. And it just so happens there is a VF9 at the charging station, not mine, but let me show you that. So a normal suspension on the rear end of a VF9 should look like this. All right, should look like this. Should look like this. And overall, it should look like that. So that's what a normal VF9 would look like. All right. Okay, let's get back to our car. So I have to say, recently I have had good luck with my VinFast cars, and they've been working very well for me. But just this last couple weeks with the VF9, I had some problems. Let me show you what they are. So remember in the past when I had the E34 and the VF8, we had problems with the car not starting, and we have to use the 10mm range, right? And then that problem stopped. Actually VinFast took care of those issues, and I never had any problem with the E34 or the VF8, but these problems are starting again on the VF9. So every time when there's a problem, for example, the car cannot get into gear, then you gotta use this, all right? And sometimes the 12-volt battery right here, sometimes that 12-volt battery gets depleted and the car cannot start. And in order to solve that problem, you need this, all right? You need a booster. And I have my booster, I have my 10mm wrench, so no matter what happens, I can solve probably 99% of the problems with the VinFast. We don't have to call, the service truck to come and save us. I can fix any problem, I think. So gotta get these prepared to get on the way, and let's go. So for full disclosure, right now we are at 99%. It's actually at 100, so we lost like a little bit of electricity as we're getting into the car. And we have set the trip meter so we can extrapolate the actual range based on the distance we travel and the percentage of battery that we actually used. But let's go. Our destination is about an hour and 10 minutes away. It's about 37 kilometers, and we're actually using Google Maps, using Android Auto. We're seeing the Google Maps on screen, and just to show you that, all right, we're using the Eco mode, and we're using high regenerative braking. So we want to maximize the use of our electricity. We want to maximize the range.
Slight right, then slight right.
Well, you know, Google Maps likes to tell me what to do, so we'll do exactly that. Again, for full disclosure, I mean, we want to make this test as authentic and real as possible. So today, the road condition to Binh Duong is quite congested, as you can see, and there is actually no highway to go to Binh Duong. So we're actually traveling on regular roads, on fairly congested roads. So we won't be going very fast. Probably we'll be averaging about 30 kilometers an hour to get to our first destination. So we have traveled 8.3 kilometers, and we have used up about 4% of the battery. So that gives us about an extrapolated range of about 200 kilometers so far on eco and regenerative braking. I do know that the VF9 is very electricity hungry, because when I drive normally like I do, like Tom Peng does, when I drive like Tom Peng, you know, I get very terrible range. I'll be happy to get 150 out of a full charge. But today I'm going to drive like a grandma, all right? I'm gonna drive like a grandma. I'm gonna drive very conservatively because we're aiming to achieve the maximum range. So right now we're about 1 hour into our journey. We're almost arriving at our first destination, and we have traveled about 25 kilometers, 24.5 to be exact, and we have used 10% of the battery. So this gives us an easy point to do the calculation. So on a full charge, we would get about 250 kilometers on the VF9, driving in eco and high regenerative braking and driving like a grandma, right? So this is the number that we get for now, but we are going to travel more distance, and of course we're gonna get hopefully a better range as we travel more distance. Okay, so we're almost getting to our first destination, and our first destination is actually a tire factory. We have a very big tire factory. We're going to look at some tires, and the second half of our trip to the factory is actually clear roads. So we're able to average about 60-70 kilometers an hour on this long stretch of road that's fairly clear. So I think this is a very good test, because of the total 40 kilometers that we traveled today, about half is like this, which is clear roads. We can do about 60 kilometers an hour. The first half was more congested. We're able to do about maybe 30 kilometers an hour on average. So this actually gives us a fairly reasonable test of range, like, you know, normal everyday use. So we will do the numbers once we get to the destination. So we actually arrived at the industrial park where our customer is.
Turn right, then turn left.
Gotta turn right here, and then we'll be at their factory. And this is actually a nice industrial park neighborhood. There's some cows over there, and our customer's right over there. And we're gonna park in there, and then we're gonna figure out our electricity usage during this first part of this trip. Is it here? Straight? Hey, look, their factory.
Turn left, then your destination will be on the right.
So there it is, right? Is it here? Kotek Tantan. Okay. Well, we need to figure out. Actually, we need to figure out where the factory is. Okay, so we have finally arrived at the first destination, the tire factory, and let's just look at the numbers. Right now we have used up about 70% of the battery. We're at 83%, and we have traveled 44.5 kilometers. So this gives us a extrapolated range of about 265 kilometers on a full charge. All right, so let's go help the customer, and we'll do some aerial filming for the customer, and then we'll travel to our second destination. And today we should be traveling quite a bit. We'll be able to determine more precise range number for the VF9. But also I want to show you this, right? So we traveled 44.6 kilometers. We averaged about 35.8 kilometers an hour. So really the first part of the trip we're doing about 30, and then the second part we're doing about 60. So that gives us about 36 kilometers an hour on average for the whole trip. And finally, this number right here is actually wrong, because we do not get 2.8 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. If that was true, then the range for VF9 would be amazing. So what I believe is the actual unit here should be 2.8 kilometers per 1 kilowatt hour. I believe that's what that unit really should be. And if you use that number, then you also get about 265 kilometers for the full range. So right now at this point, we can say the VF9 does about 265 kilometers on a full range. So let's go check out their factory. All right, so we finished our filming at factory number 1. They make tires, and they have a really big factory, right? And also we picked up our team. So our team was here helping the customer, and we're gonna pick them up so we can go to factory number 2 and maybe grab lunch, you know, like in between. And now they get to like feedback on what they think about the VF9. See, it's actually not a very good turning radius, so we gotta do like a multiple point turn. So what do you think about their factory?
Turn right.
A little bit small? Okay. Is the next one we're going to larger, bigger? More bigger. What do they make? They do... What's woof? W-O-O-D. Wood. Not woof woof. They make wood products. Do they make just raw wood or make wood furniture? Turn right.
Nó là một cái ván á, nó ván nó giờ có nhà rồi đồ nội thất luôn Phương.
Both. Okay. Well, we'll go check them out. So welcome to my VF9. We're filming you and you're filming us. What is she doing? Oh, okay. Be careful, because it's very easy to get car sick in the VF9. So if you look at the phone, maybe later. You have to look outside. So actually, the suspension in the back is broken, so it's extra bumpy inside. Mr. Tin, I think you will like bounce up and down a lot. Maybe you'll hit the sunroof. I just want to warn you, okay? Okay. So we're actually doing a range test. So we're like going to the factories and we're seeing how far we can go on a full charge. So this morning we traveled 46 kilometers and we used up about 80% of the battery right now. So that means times 5, that means about 250 kilometers on a full charge approximately. And we're staying in eco mode, we're staying in regen mode. And I'm gonna drive like a grandma, right? So we'll try to like achieve the maximum range, and the road to the second factory seems to be fairly clear as well. So we should have better range, you know, getting to our second factory. So what do you guys think about the VF9? Other than that, it's very bumpy right now.
I like the sunroof.
You like the sunroof? Yeah.
I love it.
You like? Yeah, me too. It's it gives my head a tan. But what else do you like about the VF9 or don't like about the VF9?
Maybe the door handle.
The door handle?
A bit like the Tesla.
Yeah, well, they copied the Tesla idea, right? But you like it or you don't like it?
Yes, I like it.
You like it? Yeah, okay. Anything else? Maybe that's it. Really? Mr. Tin, what do you think?
Cái lượng hơi thấp đấy, nhưng cái lượng xe này hơn.
The floor on the third row very high actually, so you feel like there's not you have to raise your feet, right? You have to raise your leg. Is that right, Mr. Tin? What else do you think about the third row?
Ghế này ngồi ok, thoải mái, chỉ có là chỗ ít chân thôi. Chỗ này ok.
Okay. Okay, let me drive over something bumpy and let's find out if you like that. Do you know where we're gonna go have lunch? Maybe we look, right? If there's something we can stop by, we can do that. What's your name? She looked like very uncomfortable right now. Introduce yourself.
My name's Flung.
Flung. Okay, so how do you feel right now?
I'm tired.
You're tired? Tired from standing in the factory all day? Oh, you feel car sick already? Do you normally get car sick?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll try to drive gently, okay? Gently.
Yes.
Nye nye. Is that nye nye?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. I don't want you to throw up. But if you want to throw up, tell me so we can stop. Bumpy. Look at Mr. T. Mr. T is like up and down. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's bumpy. It's because the car is broken. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. They're bouncing. Wait, what? Any place with food? Oh, look at that. Open your eyes. It'll help more. Look outside so that you feel like your body feels what you see, then you will feel better. All right, here we are. So how did you like the ride?
It's a little bit bumpy.
It's a little bit bumpy. Yeah. What about you? What do you think,
Em hơi mệt nên
Mr. Tin?
Quá nhồi.
Very bumpy. I'll show you why, okay? All right, hey, let me show you why it was so bumpy. Look at the distance here and compare that to the front. Right? So the rear suspension collapsed. That's why in the car it's like Was it fun? It's like a roller coaster, man. All right, let's go see the customer. Oh, that way. Okay. Gotta get my drone. So they make like plywood, right? So this is like plywood. They have machines over there that compresses the wood fiber and to make the plywood. And then I guess these plywood then go to a furniture factory and then make furniture. And they can also export, export plywood across the world from Vietnam. All right, so we help our customer. This is a plywood manufacturing factory, and we help them film their factory. And now we are on our way back to Ho Chi Minh City. And just to give you a update on the current status. So right now we're at 74% battery left. That means we used up about 26%. And we have traveled 63.9 kilometers. And if we look at the dashboard here, so we traveled 2.8 kilometer per kilowatt hour. Okay, ignore the unit here, it's actually wrong. VinFast need to fix this. So if you extrapolate the data, if you drive in Eco, if you drive in Regen and drive like grandma, then you'll get about 250 kilometers in the VF9 on a full charge, right? So we still have some distance to go. We're gonna travel back to Ho Chi Minh City. I believe it's another 30 kilometers. We'll draw a final conclusion on the distance traveled on a full charge in a VF9. Alrighty, so finally we have returned to Ho Chi Minh City, and our office is right over there. That's our office, Vidjet Plaza, right over there. And so let's conclude. What are the numbers? All right, so we have traveled 99.1 kilometers, and we have used up 43% of our battery, right? So let's take another view here. So 99.1 kilometers, our average traveling speed is 36.8 kilometers an hour, and we're doing about 2.7 kilometer per kilowatt hour. So well, you do the math. I think it works out to be around 250 kilometer on a full charge in VF9, which is not impressive. All right, this is not impressive, although we do have a collapsed rear suspension. I honestly don't think that it's going to impact the range that much, if at all. I think what will help is software update, right? So I think VinFast has a lot of room to optimize the software so that we can get more range out of the VF9, just like what they did with the VF8, right? They optimized the software and was able to increase the range for you know, the US market cars. I believe that's what will happen for the VF9 as well. So there you have it, the extrapolated range on a fully charged VF9. And I'm also happy that I went to see 2 customers today and helped them film some aerial footage for their factory so that they can use for promotional purposes. And frankly, I feel a little bit tired, and I do have the massage seats turned on, so I'm getting like a very gentle massage in my VF9, which actually gives me the craving for a more full-bodied massage. So that's why I'm going over there, you know, near the airport. There is some hot dog places that offer full-body massage, so maybe that's what I'll be doing this afternoon. So I wish everybody a very happy ending. Take some fucking action and don't be a fucktard.